Good morning, YouTube, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon or good evening, but for me it's morning. I'm working on my commute into my job here for the first day this week and the last week of my career, hopefully. I don't foresee that changing, but it could, I guess. As I'm commuting in, I'm kind of reflecting on health versus wealth. I watch several YouTubers on retirement and other topics. A couple of them are Joe Kuhn. I encourage you to watch him if you're getting close to retirement or you're planning or thinking about retirement. Even if you're not close to retirement, there's some good advice in there for things to think about as you plan your way. Another one is Azul. Both of them talk about trading your health for wealth is essentially what you're doing when you're working, and the longer you do it, the longer you work, the more you're trading that health in for wealth, and you don't necessarily need to do that. So what kind of got me on this thought this morning is commuting in. I have about almost exactly a 37-mile commute door to door, which during COVID, or shortly after COVID, when so many people were teleworking, I could do it in about 45 minutes in the morning. On a good day, I might get it in 40 minutes. But as things have changed here in the DC area, it's a good day is now an hour. A bad day going in the morning can be an hour and a half. Coming home, a good day is an hour. Generally, it's more like an hour 15 to an hour 20, and a bad day could be a couple hours. So I'm spending at least 2 hours a day commuting back and forth to work, and that's on a good day. Most days it's probably closer to 2:15, 2:30. And as I've made a couple of trips back and forth to Tennessee, dropping stuff off at our new house, I've done some one day down, unpack, one day back trips. So again, a lot of time in a car. Luckily, that's not quite as stressful as driving in DC traffic can be, because there's a lot of idiot drivers around here. So again, reflecting on my health versus wealth. Around COVID time, my wife had been prodding me a little bit gently that I had been putting on some weight. I had gotten up to 235 pounds. I retired from the Navy towards the end of 2011. I was around 200, and in that ensuing few years, I guess 9 years, I had put on about 35 pounds, and it was unhealthy. So I went on a kick to watch my eating and get some more exercise. When I was in the military, of course, we had to exercise. You had semi-annual physical fitness requirements. So I was kind of forced into exercise, and when I retired, I kind of quit. Started riding a bike in there somewhere, but it was more for enjoyment than fitness. And again, I put the weight on. I know that I'm a stress eater, so when I'm at work and I'm stressed out, I tend to snack a lot, and I had just packed those pounds on. During that period, about a year, from the end of 20 towards the end of, I think about August of 21, I dropped 70 pounds. Went from 235 to 165. I'll throw a picture in here that shows the transition. 165 is really a little lighter than I wanted to be. It was, I felt and looked a little thin, but as I was working on it, that's just kind of where I ended up. I think 175 to 180 is probably where I ought to be. So through jobs, through stress eating, through not paying as much of attention to what I'm eating, through not exercising quite as much, I've gotten back up to about 195. And as I'm retiring here, that's one of my goals, is to get that weight back off. I was starting on it. I am starting on it before I retire, but with the commute, with the inability to telework at all, with the inability now to take an alternate work schedule where I have every other Friday off, my requirement now is to be in the office 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. So with the 2+ hour commute in there, doesn't leave me a lot of time to get the exercise in that I want. I did get up early this morning, went for a 30-minute walk, which is really all you need to do to get there. I got to start watching what I eat again, but I'll get there. That walk is also a good stress relief in the morning. So that's where I am today. I've been watching a new guy on, or new to me on YouTube, called the Over 60 guy, who advocates for walking, doing some squats and push-ups is all you really need to do. And I've seen and read and heard that in a number of places. So that's going to kind of be my routine here for the next couple of months as I transition. I may get back into bicycling here when I get to Tennessee, although the area I'm living in, I don't think it's real conducive to biking, but I'll try to find something to do it. So hope you'll follow me on this journey. And as I'm doing this, I want to leave you with something that I kind of got from Azul, and this is not his words verbatim, but this is something that I've gotten from watching him, and that's that if your money runs short, there's things you can do about that. You can cut your spending. You could potentially get a part-time job, or if you really had to, you could go back to work full-time. I honestly don't think that's going to be a problem for me, and I'll do a video shortly about how I know that that's not going to be a problem, or why at least I think it's not going to be a problem. But the other thing Azul says is if your health runs out, that's much more catastrophic. There's not much you can do about that. You can see doctors and whatnot, but if you get something really bad with your health, it's kind of over at that point. You can't buy that time back once you've spent it. So I encourage you, if you're thinking about retirement, if you're close to retirement, if you wish you could retire but you're not sure you can, again, I'll do some videos here shortly about how you can prove to yourself maybe that you are able to retire financially. But consider not trading as much of your health for your wealth. Take the time to do the things that you need to do to stay healthy and be there for the long term. Again, I thank you for watching. I hope you'll like it, subscribe. If you have questions, comments, please post them. I look forward to interacting with you more in the future. Have a good day.